We all have done some push-ups and squats in our PT class at high school, right? And when I started to consistently take working out seriously, the first exercises that I started doing when I had the goal of building muscle was body weight, also known as calisthenics exercises. And this was a great way to have some endurance and even gain some strength without any gym or even equipment that I needed to invest some money in. But after having some experience at the gym, I have realized that some body weight exercises are not as effective and progress friendly as other exercises like I will be mentioning in this video. Because yes, doing calisthenics is not as taxing to the body and joints, but you can also train like this with weights and cables if you do it properly. But I wanted to show you the 5 best bodyweight exercises that you can include in your weightlifting routine to build muscle, gain strength, and even lose fat at the process. But let's first talk of one of the fundamentals of building muscle, and it's something that we all should be implementing in our routines. I'm talking, of course, of progressive overload. Something quite simple to explain but a bit complex to do. But here is what you should be doing in all your exercises. Let's say you have 4 sets of 8 to 12 reps with a weight of 50 pounds in the triceps extension. You did the 8 reps. Then in week 2, you can do 10 reps with the same weight, then 12 reps with the same weight in the 3rd week. This is great, but take in mind systemic fatigue, something that Menmo Hasselmans mentions in his videos, and the way he likes to put progressive overload in a good practice is to deload every 8 to 12 weeks, or even less every 4 weeks, depending on how long your mesocycle is. This way your body recovers and can be progressing more and more. And this little graph shows you how it looks in the span of time, with the deloads being that dip in strength and weight, and see how you can progress better with the right amount of rest after a mesocycle. I just love the simplicity of progressive overload, which has made me achieve so much in just 3 years of training consistently. So always take this in mind when building your own workout routines. Now that you have a clear mind, that's why I want to show you the 5 best bodyweight exercises that can help you build muscle, because they make you progress them in a convenient way, as some other bodyweight exercises that will make this choice harder and even risk yourself to injury. The first exercise is going to be squats. That's my top 1 of my calisthenics exercises, and here's why. It's one of the best complex exercises, one of the most complex exercises, as it targets, I think, almost all the muscles in your legs, even your posterior chains too, and even the calves, depending on the position of your legs. And this can be done for many goals too, such as hypertrophy, strength, and other goals like endurance, and even outside of lifting like running and sport related goals too. You can do this exercise all the way down to its basic movement, as I have learned how to perform it correctly thanks to Squat University, which you should check out. This dude literally lifts almost 4 times his body weight. That's incredible. So this exercise can be done in barbells, dumbbells, with the resistance bands, Smith machines, and even in machines like all the variations that exists, which I will cover in a future video. For the second exercise, and very underrated exercise in my opinion, are the push-ups. Also very badly performed. And just like the squats, this exercise can be done in many variations, where you can do it in an inclined bench, flat on the floor, decline, which is one of the best ones, with resistance bands, with added weight, and even with easier or harder variations, where you can also use some techniques that I have outlined in one of my previous videos, like this one that you should check out. This exercise is the primary chest builder for the non-gym goers, and this is one of the most diverse exercises that you can do in many variations. In my opinion, the best ones that are the most effective for targeting the chest are 1. Declined slow eccentric push-ups, 2. Flat banded push-ups, and for those who want some strength gains, weighted push-ups with resistance bands. Take in mind that technique is the most important thing, because as I mentioned earlier, I have seen many people do this exercise in the bad way, on the context of doing it very fast, or doing it just after an exercise, after a chest exercise, which doesn't make any sense, and they do it very fast, very half reps. I don't know, it's not gonna be the most effective if you do it that way. So always focus on technique, slow eccentrics, which is one of the primary things for building muscle, and this way you can actually improve your technique in the push-ups. Top 3 exercise is also that most people should do correctly, and a lot of people do it wrong, and they do it with very hunched position and very compromising position, is the pull-ups. And pull-ups are also a good exercise not only for back hypertrophy and strength, as well as for mobility, endurance, and also one of the most intense military workouts out there. So these are almost all of the variations that you can do to add to your routine. Take in mind that this is in descending order of my preferences. My top one is pull-ups with negatives. This exercise, you most focus on the negative, i.e. that you try to be on the eccentric part of the pull-up for 3 to 5 seconds. Mikey Schreier really recommends that you do this if you want to build muscle.
If you focus on the muscle, it helps you do the next thing better, which is to keep your technique stricter. And this is a tip I often give when people get a little bit tired. Let's say they're doing hack squats and they're halfway through the set. They might still be focused on the muscle, but a lot of times their technical execution starts
with the pull-ups. And if you are struggling to do this with your own body weight, try to do it in the assisted machine, which will be way better for you. The second one is weighted pull-ups, then normal pull-ups, wide grip pull-ups, resistance band pull-ups, assisted machine pull-ups, weighted chin-ups, normal chin-ups, and neutral grip chin-ups. Every one of these exercises has high effectiveness for growth if you perform it with the right technique, which I will make a video of pull-ups later on in the future. But the main takeaway for this exercise is consistency. Doing pull-ups week by week will make your nervous system adapt, so this way you can get stronger and slowly do more and more reps and even more sets. As it comes to the fourth exercise in this list, we talk of targeting the quadriceps. And one of the best bodyweight exercises for targeting this muscle are the lunges. And you can primarily do it in two ways: walking/stationary lunges and reverse lunges. Walking or stationary lunges will focus more on the quads and reverse lunges a bit more on the glutes. But anyways, these two exercises has one of the best stimulus to fatigue ratio if done properly. And one has more focus in the quads and the other for the glutes, as I just said. But which one you choose, both of them are very effective for both of these muscles. And after you get the hang of this exercise, you can add weight with a weighted vest or with a resistance band too. So this can also be a good exercise for runners and for any other sport athlete out there where they use mostly their legs to do the sport. For these exercises, one of the best techniques to use is slow eccentrics. Once again, this way you can have a better mind to muscle connection and greater time under tension. So be aware of, instead of doing one step to the another in the walking lunges, try to actually feel your muscles in that time under tension. I'm talking that you feel the actual contraction and extension of your quads and glutes. Finally, for the last exercise in this list are the dips. And what I like of this exercise is that you can also target one muscle than the other depending on your position. Like say, if you lean more forward or more backward before executing, as well as your arm position in the dip bar. And here I will explain how to focus more in the chest. So for focusing in the chest, at the starting position, lean forward with your arms parallel with your torso. And when doing the extension of your chest or going down, make sure to lean forward so you can be in a position for a better stimulus in your chest. Once at the bottom position, do an explosive concentric where you try to squeeze your biceps as hard as you can so you can target and grow your chest. And as for targeting the triceps, try to keep your torso perpendicular with the floor. Remember to do this slowly and effectively, as doing half reps may not be the best position to do this exercise. And as for progressing in this exercise, you can add weight or resistance band to digress it to make it easier to work on your form. But always be aware to always focus more in building a good technique with practice and reps. And then when you feel comfortable, after X numbers of reps and sets, then now you can add weight. As you can see, most of these exercises are compound exercises, which is great, as you will indirectly target other muscles that will help you in progressing these exercises, as well as building most of the muscles in your own body. But in my opinion, if I had a gym close by, that would be one of the best investments, as there are far way more effective exercises in the gym with machines, cables, barbells, and dumbbells that you can have a more range of progress so you can keep building muscle month by month. So if you enjoy and learn something new and clear your doubts, make sure to like the video, as well as subscribe for future videos like the next week video of this series that I'm doing of Jeff Nappert's ultimate push-pull leg system, which you can check right here.